Jahmai, just what's the mindset of the team? I mean, 6 days. It seems like a lot has changed in 6 days. I mean, at least from the outside looking in. What's it feel like on the inside?
It's definitely, nobody loves losing. Obviously, it's frustrating to lose games, but I think it's a part of growth. I think it's a part of, growing as a team is you have to go through those ups and downs. And I think that's important. I think that's how we get better. You've never seen a team not go through spurts like that, especially the best ones. You've always seen teams go through spurts like that and learn to grow from it and get better as a team. So that's, what our plan has been through this week.
What's the biggest point of emphasis from the first Florida game that has to change tomorrow?
I think toughness. Toughness, rebounding is going to be one of the most important things. I think, there's definitely certain techniques that we could change defensively. And then, offensively, we just have to play our game, man. Like, we can't let anything else affect us. No, nothing from the outside, nothing from, lack of confidence. We have to shoot our shots. We have to get to the rim. We have to draw fouls. We have to be able to attack in transition. One thing that I think we've been saying is important is we can't be the best defensive team and not execute in transition and not get transition buckets. That's the whole point of being a great defensive team is that you can get out and run the floor and get downhill and draw fouls. So I think our plan, is to kind of get better with that and go through those adjustments.
You feel like lack of confidence offensively has affected y'all the last two games when shots didn't go in?
I definitely think that certain guys were second guessing. I think certain guys were trying to figure out what shots were good, what shots weren't. And taking the open shot is always good, but we have to learn how to adjust as well in the process of the game. And I think that's something that we're able to do more. And I think guys' confidence is, getting, more and more, and is increasing more and more as we go through these practices. So I don't expect any lack of confidence when we're going into the game. And we expect to get a rise out of a lot of other guys, especially from me offensively and defensively, making sure I'm keeping the standard, I've always had. So just want to improve that way.
Did Kentucky sag off or pack the paint more drastically than teams have in the past?
I definitely think that was their, plan. Kentucky isn't, obviously they're not known for having a lot of defensive intensity, especially on the perimeter. So I think that was just the game plan that they come in with every team that they play, really thinking with the mindset that they're going to outscore the team, which, we were prepared for that. So we knew we had to take our shots. We knew that basketball is a game of if it goes in, you have to adjust, and if it doesn't, you have to adjust. So I think we knew we had to adjust quicker, and we saw that on film. But I guess I definitely think that was probably their game plan, was to try and sag off, knowing that we're still a good team getting in the basket, but we just have to find more ways of getting there when shots aren't falling.
When a team's doing it that drastically and just begging you to shoot, I mean, what adjustments can be made when they're making it so difficult to get to the rim?
I think, like we were saying, transition. You can't really, defense is set when you're in transition. You're running defensively, so getting those stops was probably could have been a big help for us on getting those easy buckets. Being able to fly in transition, draw fouls like that. I think getting more post-ups, trying to get in the paint more off of screens, and still shooting those shots. We work out, we train every day. Like, we are nonstop in the gym, and I believe in everybody's confidence to shoot the three. So if you think that's going to stop us from shooting our open shots, we can't play this game if that's going to hinder us from doing that. So you got to continue to shoot open shots. You got to be able to adjust and mix up your game plan offensively. But I think that's something that we're doing, is trying to balance all three.
What was different about D-Stone the other night, maybe just from an intensity and buy-in standpoint?
I think he was just more aggressive, more assertive, in which we need him to be. He was one of the better players last year coming into this season, and definitely somebody that a lot of teams wanted from the transfer portal. So wanting for him to get that confidence back, and wanting him to be more aggressive, whether that's shooting, whether that's driving to the basket, and keeping his energy defensively, is going to be super important, as he seems to pick up momentum. And I think that's going to be big for the coming games in the SEC and the teams that we're going to be able to go against. We're going to need a guy like D-Stone, especially, when he comes in to really change, the game for us. And I think he's capable of doing it, and I think he's worked hard enough. And the best we expect him to do is just to be more aggressive.
Jahmai, you've been in this league a long time. How different is it this year? I mean, stretch, like a grind like you're in right now.
Man, it's tough. It's definitely tough. We're in the best conference, in my opinion. Every team we play against, it feels like has been a ranked team. Especially obviously this week we've been going against a lot of really good teams, and it's hard mentally, it's hard physically, it's hard to go into every game with that same mentality and not drop off at all. And I think that's the same thing we're going through is the same thing other teams are going through. But I just want people to understand that we want to win too. We want to win just as bad as anybody else, and we're doing this for the fans. We're doing this because we love the support and the energy that they give, and we know it's frustrating for them when we lose as well. But we're doing everything we can on our end to make sure we can continue to pick up wins for them. So I think it's hard in this conference. It's a lot of really good teams, a lot of tough teams that all are big, strong guys, and it's a physical league. So just getting used to that, especially the guys that are new to this league, is going to be important.
Jahmai, what can the guards do to help the posts with rebounding and not against a good rebounding team like Florida and not let what happened at Vandy happen?
Absolutely, we have to be able to pick up those boards. I think when they're working hard, rebounding defensively, we know Florida is a team that still wants to get back in transition. So being able to pick up those rebounds while they're boxing out is going to be huge for us. And I think that's something that we didn't do as well in the Florida game. And a lot of it falls on the bigs because, it's rebounding. So people just, connect that to how the bigs are performing. But that has a lot to do with the guards and us helping them out while they're trying to box out these, big, tough centers.
It seems that you've really evolved as a leader, especially during practice, being kind of one of the voices that helps maybe navigate what's going on. What's maybe led to that growth for you when it comes to leadership?
I definitely think the experiences that I've had throughout the 4 years I've been here, different roles that I've picked up. I've never just been in one role ever, here. I think freshman year I came in trying to be, do whatever I can to get extra possessions, offensive rebound, defend, wherever the case may be. Next year, Z goes down. I have to play some point guard for us and really, take that lead. And then, the next year really trying to fit into the new role with DK and him coming in being scorer, so trying to help that way. And then now we have a whole new team. So I feel like every year my role has changed, it's evolved, it's been different. So I definitely think the experiences that I've gained and picked up has helped me. And obviously, I still want to get better. I still want to improve on both ends of the floor. And I think I'm going to continue to do that as I be more aggressive during games. But I think the experiences is going to help me deal with a lot of situations that we're going to come by through this year.
You like to study film and break down people's offensive games the most. What makes Walter Clayton such a dynamic offensive guy?
I think his ability to shoot. He's very confident in his shot. Whether it's going in or not, he's going to shoot the ball, and you always have to respect it. It doesn't matter if he's 0 for 12. You have to respect his next shot. And I think he's built that resume, and I think that's what makes him so tough to guard, is that you can't take a break on him. You have to make sure you're mindful of where he is at all times, because he can kill you in different ways. And making sure that we're sticking with them, making sure that we're able to navigate screens, making sure we're keeping our hands up and not fouling him at the rim. And he has pretty deep range, so making sure we're picking up to where he feels uncomfortable. It's going to be important for us, and trying not to let him get that momentum in the game. And it's going to be huge for us.
Thanks, Jahmai.